Hello everyone, and I'm in beautiful Cape Town in South Africa with one man whose designation first let me read out because he's the President, Mahindra Automotive Division and also Joint Managing Director of Mahindra Electric Automotive Division, and that's Mr. Veejay Nakra. Vijay, so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
So I can't wait to actually drive in this beautiful city, and since you have lived in South Africa as a CEO, why don't you take me for a ride?
I'd love to take you to help you see this beautiful city and explore Cape Town.
Please, let's go.
Let's go ahead.
And there are some beautiful scenic places around there.
It's probably one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and there's just so much that the city has to offer in terms of culture, beauty. You're going to enjoy the next couple of hours.
And I can't wait to know so much from you. Please.
And we're going to do it in this beauty,
Yes,
Scorpio-N.
Yes. So I've lots to ask, and let me start from Thar EV. It's radical looking, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's very different. But will it coexist with the Thar ICE? That's the fundamental question everybody wants to know.
For sure, Ramesh, it will coexist. Thar is an iconic brand we've created over 20 years now. We had the original Thar we launched in 2001. We created the all-new Thar, ICE of Thar, we launched it on August 15th, 2020. And August 15, 2023, here in Cape Town, we've launched the Thar-e. So for sure, they both will coexist.
And how life takes a full circle. Is it incidental or was it planned way back here? 15th August is the day when the came?
It's an interesting question. We started 15th August 2020 was, as you know,
correct.
Ramesh, COVID was at its peak at that time. People were at homes. They really wanted to kind of, get their freedom and move out, sense of hope. And we just thought Thar as a brand that personifies freedom, it personifies exploring the impossible. So we just felt that there was such a natural fit, and Mahindra as a brand and its relevance with India going all the way back to the era of independence. So we just thought 15th August was a great date, and since then every 15th August we have kind of diarized that as a day in the calendar to spend with all the auto journals and talk about something very interesting that we plan to bring out.
Oh, definitely, and I've brought my 15th August calendar for the next 7 years. Now,
we want to continue that going forward.
And when do we get to see the Thar-e? I know this question.
It's a little early to answer that question, Ramesh. As we said yesterday, it is a concept that we brought out, but I just want to clarify. As we've said before, our concepts are not concepts which don't come to road. Most of what you saw yesterday will be on road in the avatar of the electric Thar, born electric.
Safe to say 80-85% or?
Wouldn't give it a percentage, but it'll be very close to what we showed you yesterday.
So guys, he's the CEO of Mahindra. He's the president of Mahindra. You don't expect such answers from him. But moving on, the pickup truck, Scorpio-N, based on the Scorpio-N platform, it's superbly radical looking design, again very beautiful. Is it a conscious effort to really deviate from it's nothing like that, right? So for example, these two are category creations for Mahindra because there's Toyota Hilux in India, and with this do you expect to move great volumes, and what thought went behind, what if it doesn't work, right?
So two things on that for your viewers. One, the underpinnings are from the Scorpio-N platform,
right?
But when you create a global pickup, given the inputs come from all the different markets where we plan to play with, the platform per se is almost all new because you change you kind of change the wheelbase, you change the track, you change the length of the chassis, and you change the entire suspension system, given that it needs to take care of towing capacity in a market like South Africa where the requirement is at least 2 tons. So it's practically a new platform. Number one. Number two, your question in terms of India as a market. Look, we are leaders in the country, and we believe that categories get created through disruption of products and the value you bring to it. Mahindra as a brand has always stood for giving value with disruption on the products. The global pickup platform will do the same. Difference being this time for the global pickup product, the inputs will be coming from multiple large markets. And we believe that what we will bring to market will be really something that will disrupt the pickup category in India.
Right.
Now, we know in India, the lifestyle pickup segment is relatively small, and that's largely got to do with the difference of GST between a single cab and a lifestyle pickup. One is more a commercial vehicle, the other is a more lifestyle vehicle.
So do you expect this to be a +1 car, or do you think that the pickup can be the car in the family? Like, how do you position this pickup?
It was people at the launch of, let's say, the Thar or even the Scorpio-N, many of them said, would it be the first vehicle? But we see today that these products do become the first vehicle in the household. But having said that, I think the Thar pickup as a lifestyle would probably be more like a second vehicle. But there are some markets in India, for example, you look at Punjab. People would love to own a lifestyle product in a market like that as their single product.
Punjab, surely. And but Kerala?
Possibly. Again, possibly.
And would the Thar EV inculcate the sense of adventure which we normally associate with the Thar?
No, I think Thar as a product has really opened up the segment. So there are the enthusiasts and then there are the lifestylers. So the enthusiasts who really want an off-roading product to take it 4x4, go into the dunes of Rajasthan.
Like big batteries in this.
So, no, I think for those customers, the ICE avatar of Thar will be the product of choice. Thar EV will be available in an all-wheel drive avatar. And hence it will be more for lifestylers and light off-roading.
And what about the overall vision that the M&M wants to go global? So we expect a lot of cars on South America. Like I know that you are setting in Chile, for example. That we expect to make inroads with. And what product from the current portfolio you think is really right up there to take the brand to go global?
Couple of points on that. We've already scaled up our global presence, or we are in the process of scaling it up with some of our recent product launches. We've already taken 700 and Scorpio-N to markets like South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. So we are going global with the current range of SUVs besides the Scorpio pickup, which we already sell in many markets, both left-hand drive and right-hand drive. So that's the first part of scaling up globalization with current products, scale up in existing markets. Second part, or the journey of scale up, will continue now with the EVs that we launch. We are looking at, besides the existing markets of scale up, we are also looking at new markets like UK, Europe. And with the global pickup, besides many of the markets we spoke about, we believe we would like to have a strong presence in many of these markets and open up some more new markets like maybe ASEAN.
2022 was a great year for Mahindra, right? You got a 9% of the automotive market share.
Oh, okay. So you were saying from an overall automotive market share, So in perspective, in the SUV space, we are number one in revenue share for the last 6 quarters. With over 20% revenue share, and we are also number 2 in terms of volume market share.
Nice. So you think the numbers with the supply chain constraints, with the new plan coming up, all this would take some time, or you think that the numbers will take more market share this year?
We've already kind of put out 2 things. One, I think we've done a lot in terms of managing the supply chain, and a lot of the semiconductor issues that we were facing are kind of behind us. But having said that, I think the semiconductor situation globally will continue to be a challenge for some time to come. So we manage that month on month, quarter on quarter, and there are a number of things we've done for that. The second thing is in terms of capacity. We had put out saying that our SUV business capacity will go to 49,000 by the end of quarter 4 of this financial year. We are well on track. And if we just take July as an example of a month that we just closed, we're very, very close to the figure of 39,000, which is our existing capacity in terms of production. And we are very confident to get to that next milestone of 49,000 capacity in quarter 4, which largely comes on the back of increasing capacity for products like Scorpio-N and 700 and Thar, where the waiting periods are relatively long.
Of course, I can't wait to drive a Mahindra in Europe, America, everywhere I go. It gives a sense of pride. But when is the 5-door?
The 5-door Thar. We've said that calendar year of 2024 is when we will launch the 5-door.
That is 12 months.
Well,
Again, talk, guys, this is the president of...
we will talk about it closer to the lunch.
So we can't...
It's in the EV world, given that, we don't see the risk of cannibalization, it's easier to put out a timeline of the future.
Correct.
But in the ICE world, I think we will talk closer to the launch.
Correct. It has a lot of PLL situations in this. Now, it's time to ask you some personal questions. You've been with Mahindra for a long time. I know your journey, but what does it take to become the president of Mahindra & Mahindra?
I've been very fortunate, firstly, Ramesh, that I've been with this organization 28 years, and I think I've had multiple opportunities of growth, challenges. I joined the company as a management trainee, and I think every 4-5 years, I was fortunate that I was given an assignment that really kind of helped to bring out the best in me.
Right.
And number one. Number two, so it gave me an opportunity to prove myself. It gave me an opportunity to learn and deliver. Number two, I think I've been extremely fortunate to have great teams who really supported me on my journey. I've had leaders who have guided me extremely well in my career path in M&M. So, and good fortune. So I think all 4 of these things have come together to bring me to where I am today. So I think I'm really, really fortunate and grateful for where I am.
So what was your experience of being the CEO of South Africa and opening a new market for?
That was wonderful. It was obviously...
It was back in how much time?
That was in the year 2004.
Well,
days.
Much younger days, yeah. In fact, Mahindra wasn't the brand that is today than it was that time. So it must be very difficult to set up and convince people to open it.
No, I think the organization took a call that, if we really want to be, we've said that we want to be an Indian multinational. So you can only be a multinational if you spread your wings around the world. And South Africa was one market where we felt we have a great opportunity to be present. And, we took that decision to have a strong presence in South Africa. It was a bold move back then when the leaders in the company in those days took a decision to say we will set up our own joint venture outside India and South Africa. And again, I was very fortunate. It was a JV, and we set it up, and then of course now it is 100% subsidiary. I was kind of sent with baggage packed to come and set up South Africa, and it was a lovely 4 years setting up the business over here.
Great feeling because when you start something from scratch, it's always there. Any other country did you open or?
No, I think that was my big stint of about 5 years.
They decided to come back to India because we need you there.
Yeah, I think it's all part of a planned sort of career growth movement and Mahindra is an organization that does invest in its people in terms of building their capabilities, giving them an opportunity and helping them grow.
Right. So what kind of, are you into book reading?
Oh yes, of course I do.
So there are some of the books that really inspired you?
Well, I think there are plenty. There are a lot of management books, there are a lot of leadership books, there are a lot of biographies.
Yeah.
I try and manage to read a book in about maybe a month and a half. So the current book that I'm currently reading or I'm kind of finishing is Loon Shots, which is a brilliant book.
Brilliant book.
It's absolutely a brilliant book for people who really want to think big and do things differently.
Yes. And in fact, there's a 15 minutes embedded on the book in Blinkist app. I use that as audio. And it really gives you a lowdown of the book, give you a gist. So maybe you can...
But Ramesh, my view is people should read that full book because I think every page in that book has got a story to talk about.
Right from the military to...
Absolutely.
I'm glad I'm halfway through that. So
lovely.
That's my next thing to do in the flight. So apart from book reading, what's your morning routine? You are an early riser?
Yes, I am. I typically wake...
No, I'm not early riser. I haven't come across anybody who's not early riser. Let's see.
Because the me time that you typically get is in the morning.
Then
after that, the day, you got so many responsibilities as, family, work, society in general. So, that I think one of the things about leaders are they play a holistic role and you have to give your time for everything. And if you want to do justice to every role that you need to perform, you need time to think, you need your own time to reflect. And, I've been a true believer for a very long time that at 5 to 7 p.m. in the morning is the perfect time to do that. And I follow that pretty religiously.
And do you do gym, yoga?
Yeah, I try and keep myself active and fit.
But what are your what are your basically go-to leadership style? Like, are you the kind of person, I know you are very approachable, you're very affable, but do you think that, are you also strict? Like, are you ye hona hi chahiye?
A good leader has to learn to balance between people and task.
Yeah, people management.
And task. You see, at the end of the day, you are accountable to deliver. At the same time, you need to take care of your people. And I do my best to try and balance the two, where we don't lose focus on what the delivery and the goal is, but at the same time, taking the people along. I think what's very important is to keep an open culture, to listen to your people. Beyond a point, you can't force people. So the idea is, how do you align them? How do you get into deeper conversations? How do you make things more transparent? And you get the buy-in of people along the way. So what really helps in this journey is if you keep an open mind, if you converse with people, you keep aligning them, you be transparent in communicating what's happening along the journey. And everybody knows that people are vulnerable. So there is no harm demonstrating vulnerability with your people. And I think people do understand that. They see the human side of the organization. And that's what leads to a much higher level of commitment of delivery from. Once that happens and they get aligned, at least in my experience, I've seen once that happens, magic plays out with people putting out everything to deliver.
No, I've seen the team under you.
Just like the magic of this beauty.
It's such a breathtaking.
This is the route to Chapman's Peak, and you can just see nature's beauty over it.
I know. This is... I don't think there's something like this. We are driving on the best roads in the world, by the way. This is actually the variant of the worst driving road in the world, and discussing everything that you're about to discuss. But I just want to ask you one more thing in this. When you are low, like everybody is, has this eyes, when you're not sure about yourself, do you actually go back to your team under you or above you? Like, do you also take a reconnaissance from people, okay, am I doing right, wrong? Because we all go through that, right? So, yeah.
So, there are two.
Because that also shows that when you're not confident on a project. No, I mean, so do you actually, it's a good idea to talk to your team below?
By all means. And then I think that to me, that's what co-creation is all about. Co-creation is about talking to your people, including them in what needs to get done. One of the big things in Mahindra as an organization, or the three pillars that we work on, is about agility, bold, and collaboration. So to be agile and bold, you need collaboration. And I think collaboration is all about inclusiveness with your teams, your people. So one of the things that we believe in is, as we do the collaboration and alignment with the people, you need to step back as you progress in terms of decision making. But once you do that, then you need to commit to it and go all out. Then there is no question of doubt after that decision is made.
Then it has to be done.
Then it has got to be done.
What a beautiful spot this is.
Yeah, Ramesh. This is probably one of the most beautiful views you'll see of Chapman's Peak. So maybe let's just stop here for a minute.
Why not? Of course. What a view this is. I don't believe you lived here for 5 years. Nature this view every day. This is so breathtaking. And let me show you guys. Look at it. And what's that?
Chapman's Peak.
That's Chapman's Peak. So we are going there?
No. This is all the route, but that's the view you see from Chapman's
Peak. And this is one of the best places to drive around. And what a conversation we had. Couple of questions to end this whole journey. Something that you want to give as a life lessons for people to take away from whatever you've learned in any walk of life. Doesn't have to be automotive. Can we just explain it?
Yeah, I just think a couple of things. One is enjoy and live life to the fullest. There will be lots of challenges that will come your way, but have fun dealing with them. Number one. Number two, be committed to what you do. Number three, whatever you do, make sure you're doing it for a higher value, and you will always enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Veejay, for your time. And guys,
thank you.
This is it. If you like this video, you know the drill. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share as much as possible. The more you do, the more we do this. How you like the banter? Ask some question in the comment below. We'll try and answer. But he is the president of Mahindra Automotive. He won't give us the answers that you are looking for. But that, stick on to the channel. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. And thank you to all your viewers. Thank you.